Hello there and welcome to this video. This is Rajat here from Startup Frat, welcoming you to this session. This session is called Don't Learn to Fish When You're Starving, which is don't learn to fish when you're starving. It goes back to that story that says, or that adage you see on social media that says, if you give a person a fish, you feed them for a day, but if you teach a person how to fish, you feed them forever or something like that, right? And a lot of this stuff is not really working in the market right now. It's great information, it's great education, and absolutely you should base your base your financial decisions on that, and you should also teach your customers to make smart financial decisions based on that adage. And this applies specifically to certain industries which are in the business of helping their customers to eat fish or catch fish, which is the financial advisory industry. So if you're into mutual fund selling, either stock broking or stockbroking advice selling, if you have a program where you hold seminars, teach people about how to invest in stocks, if you have a course program or something like that. So stockbroking is one aspect of it, the service aspect of it, and then people actually need to learn how to make these calls themselves. So if you have stockbroking advisory, then you have people who are into LIC or any kind of insurance, life insurance selling, because life insurance sold in a packaged format today, which also a lot of people are interested in not only getting their premium back, how can the premium, I can get the premium back, and that leads to certain, consolidated products. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Or you are into any kind of, you're into multi-level marketing, direct selling, which has a business opportunity built into it, or things like that. So, or you're into, let's say, even to a certain extent, real estate is getting impacted by this. Okay, real estate is getting impacted by this, and I'll talk about that as well in just a second. So this is a very interesting industry because there are two parties at stake here. Okay, the first party at stake is you yourself, because you have to move this product in order to earn your commission, okay, your money. So if you're a mutual fund seller, unless you get those big deals, which is portfolio management services, which are the ones that are bringing in the big commissions, it's a lot of high education selling, which basically means unless you educate your customer what's the benefit of investing in portfolio management services versus a single mutual fund versus a single stock or something like that, they're not going to invest in the PMS, which is the portfolio management service. Why is that? Because they need to know, why are you asking me for 25 lakhs when I can invest like 50,000 with you, right? So these portfolio management services, you're always asking for large sums for large periods. And sure, there may be a lot of benefit for the customers, but unless you're able to educate them properly, they're unable to make that decision. Not only are they able to make the benefit from the service you're providing, you yourself are not making any commission, so your earnings are not happening, right? And what is this education? It's the education of telling the customer why it's the right time to invest, what is the benefit you get with investing large sums of money with a good portfolio manager over long periods of time, because that really gives the portfolio manager the leverage, the breathing space to make the right decisions on your behalf, and hopefully your portfolio grows over time. You also get a lot of retirement corpus. You're not going to make good retirement with 50,000 rupees of investment or something like that, right? So a lot of education is involved with the customer so that they expand their mindset to accommodate that idea. And this sometimes feels like, instead of giving them the fish, you have to actually teach them how to fish. You have to actually educate them before they're able to consume that big service, right? A lot of education is involved. The second thing is, if you're into stockbroking or stockbroking advisory, you may be teaching customers why it's the right time to invest, because the markets are down, markets are likely to go up, companies, the performance is a little down because of whatever the market conditions have been, and why it's likely to go up if you invest now. What are the benefits in terms of dividends and in terms of stock growth. lot of education is involved over here. Plus, again, if you're a stock broker, you're not making a whole lot of money on the transaction unless these are big transactions managed over time by you. So again, a lot of education, a lot of teaching the customer how to fish so that they understand, okay, this advice is good advice. Let me invest with this person, right? Or let me invest large sums with this person. Insurance, very, very interesting product. Very, very interesting product. By itself, insurance consists of three parts. Okay, every insurance investment consists of three parts. The insurance by itself is not an investment product. Okay, insurance by itself is not an investment product, and that's what you know, that's what you want the customer to understand. When you pay mortality charges, which is every year, let's say I have a 50 lakh rupees insurance, I have to pay a little bit of money to the company, which could be 15-20,000 rupees, in order to pay back my family that 50 lakh rupees, assuming something happens to me, right? So that is the basic mortality. Let's say it's 50 lakhs, and you pay, depending on what company it is, anywhere from 10,000 a year to probably 20,000 a year is the mortality for a 50 lakh rupee insurance. Okay, but this 10,000 rupee mortality neither gets them it's lost money, which basically means they just flow it into the market. That's the end of it. And if they live for 30-40 years or whatever, that's 10,000 times 30. So they're paying 3-4 lakh rupees in mortality insurance for a return of 50 lakh rupees. Okay. Now, a lot of customers, they want to get that money back. They say, hey, I want this. How can I earn back this money that I'm sinking into mortality? Which brings in blended products. Okay, a good blended product is what do you call it? ULIP. Okay. Now, a lot of people sell this thing as a mutual fund, and then they tell them, oh, you'll also get insurance, which is the wrong way to sell it. If you're doing something like that, if you're an IRDA certified advisor, I would not recommend doing it. Do not call people and tell them it's a mutual fund. Do not misrepresent even on a phone call. I'm sure you're going to educate the customer later when you meet them, but even doing that is illegal. It could get your IDSA license cancelled. Don't do that. But what does a ULIP do? It says, I'm going to take this 20,000 rupees of mortality. I'm also going to take, let's say, another 50,000 rupees and put it in debt instruments, which gets you a flat, let's say 7-8% return. The FD return today, fixed deposit return, as of the day of making this video, is about 6%, maybe 7%. Okay, and in more private banks is going down to about 5.5%, depending on the tenure. So let's say 6 to 7%. Debt, a good debt instrument will give you 7 to 8%, maybe about a 0.5%, 1% benefit from putting it in an FD. And then there is another, let us say, 30,000 rupee component every year that the customer is committing, which goes to equity. Why equity? Because over any 5 to 7 year period, if you see over any 7 year period, the market always rises. So you put this in a 5-year lock-in or a 7-year lock-in or anything like that. Okay, and then this product not only provides them the security, debt is stability, and high returns. Now, over any 5 to 7 year period, let's say you give them a 5-year lock-in, 7-year, you have in any 7-year term, if you see, this thing is going to expand. The equity is going to expand. Debt is going to consistently beat the market by 0.5% or 1%, depending on what debt instrument you use. So this 20,000 rupees that they're paying over a period of time, let's say 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, is going to actually the growth is going to take care of the corpus spent during this time for mortality. All this 20,000 rupees a year times 20, which is probably 4 lakh rupees. The gain on this will actually take care of the 4 lakh rupees. So even if the customer gets this money back and they're still alive, they stand to make the money back, they stand to make a little bit gain, and the insurance policy continues, which means the corpus that has been built up with the gains, that kind of keeps paying the 20,000 rupee mortality forever, even if they live to be 80, 90 or whatever it is, right? So this is a blended product. You need to educate the customer on how this works. Okay, and unless you do that, if they buy this 50 lakh rupee plain insurance for 10,000, 20,000 premium, neither do they get the benefit of this product, nor do you make a good commission, because all of this thing is mortality. You'll probably make a little bit of money, but not enough to change your lifestyle. What does that mean? Traditionally, this insurance and LIC has been sold through these family networks. You try to get one person in the family to become a insurance consultant with you, maybe not an advisor, because everybody does not want to give those IDSA exams and everything, but you say, hey, become a consultant, and then utilizing their network, you're trying to push this thing down to the family network, right? Because the trust is earned by that person, then you can push that thing down. Okay, that's kind of a roundabout way of doing stuff. But what's happening in these insurance advisory areas is nobody is making enough money to change their lifestyle. Nobody is making enough money to change their lifestyle. And then what they're doing is they're trying to just kind of go all around and catch the nose like this instead of catching the nose like this. So if you're an insurance advisor, what you're trying to do is you're trying to teach people how to fish instead of giving them a fish, because you don't have a fish, right? You're working with an insurance company, you're selling their product. Classic third-party performance marketing. Classic third-party performance marketing. You don't have any control over the product, and you can't give anybody a fish, so you can only teach them how to. They can only learn from you how to fish, and that's how you make the big money. You have no other source of making big commissions for yourself, and sometimes it gets frustrating because the customer also doesn't really understand what you're trying to teach them. So it's like frustrating on both ends. Okay, so you're probably in that position. And then you are into multi-level marketing, let's say. Multi-level marketing, very simple. You have no way of making 10,000 rupees. If you're starting out, if you're sponsoring a distributor, let's say you go to some social network, just spam out your WhatsApp number here and there, and you get them to join you. You have no way of helping them make 10,000 rupees today, tomorrow. Okay, it's always like this long plan, which is learn the financial benefits of building a network, then pushing a bunch of consumer products or health products or skincare products through that network. And if everything goes good, then one fine day the sky will be blue, the birds will be tweeting in the sky, and there'll be money in the bank. Right? It's like really this long idea of making money. Now, somebody who joins you with the idea, and it's always sold wrong. These MLM concepts are always promoted incorrectly. In my opinion, I've worked with 5 to 6 companies, always incorrectly. Why? You always hook a person by saying, do you want to make money? Do you want to make money? Become a distributor. Now, they don't see when they start working in the next 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they don't see any money coming in. So they become demotivated, the motivation goes down. And then, the system starts to fall apart. And then there's always, you are probably the motivated person who's driving the entire team. You don't see any returns from it. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to teach a starving person how to catch a fish. And it doesn't work like that. First, you have to give them a fish. Okay, a starving person gets the fish. They understand, wow, this is fine. This is cool. How can I do this better tomorrow? Where can I get the fish tomorrow? At which point you can start to teach them how to fish. Okay, very important. I'm going to give you a solution to all of these problems, so just stay tuned to this video till the very end. All right. Okay, real estate. Unless you are a person who's living in a tier 1 city like Mumbai, where the real estate is always going to kind of sell at a premium, and you're selling estate to consumers who obviously need the apartment, need the house to live in it. And anybody who's got a job in Mumbai decided to settle in Mumbai, they've got kids studying in Mumbai or something like that, that's the only real segment, or probably a commercial segment. Even the commercial is disintegrating. But the consumer segment in a tier 1 city is literally the only segment that is moving. Okay, and that is literally 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 customer personas. So you got consumers in tier 1 cities, the second is commercial, the third is investors, which is retail investors. The fourth is institutional. Even let's just talk about these, man. The 3. That's fine. Okay. Now this thing is literally like 20% of the market. In a slow market, this is 20% of the market. And now all the real estate investors who were spread across all these segments, they're now targeting this segment. And this segment is very confused. Okay, segment is very confused. They want to buy a property for residential. Everybody is pitching them either too many options, or they're giving them some spiel about return on investment, and nobody, they know in their mind, if they're going to live in that house for 20 years, they don't really care about return on investment. So you're basically trying to teach them how to fish when probably either they're starving or they're not even hungry. Right? So again, if you're in this segment, you're probably taken care of. I know many people who are Mumbai real estate brokers selling consumer properties to people who want to use it as consumption, which is they want it for their family to live in. They've got a 20-year time frame. They don't mind taking a loan, investing. This segment is set. The other two segments, they're not really seeing the return on real estate. Everybody is worried about what the government policy is going to be tomorrow. Everybody is worried about the GDP growth. The market is down 23%. In some cases, real estate rates have not come down 23%. So they're like, why the hell am I investing in this thing when the rate has not fallen as much as my business has fallen? And secondly, what if there's another lockdown tomorrow, there's another variant tomorrow or something like that, right? So it's becoming a very confused situation. What you need to do is you need to learn how to make money first. Okay, you need to give the customer an easy win on their decision taking first. Collect money for that, which means feed yourself before going out and teaching other people how to fish, or before learning how to fish. Real estate is a little more different scenario than the other three segments, but I'll give you a solution towards the end of this video that will fit your scenario as well. Okay, and then I'll give you a resource where you can probably ask questions and probably get some clarification. Okay, so anyway, the concept is, don't teach a person how to fish when they're hungry. Give them a freaking fish, man. Yeah, which brings me to the fourth point, which is, if you're in performance marketing, okay, if you're selling for somebody else, if you're selling a product that belongs to somebody else, does not have your name or face on it. If you're selling mutual funds, you're a mutual fund dealer, advisor, whatever. The mutual fund is ICICI Prudential, some scheme, etc., or BlackRock, DSP, some scheme or something, something like that, or Franklin Templeton, some scheme or something. Then the information that you're giving is not unique, which basically means the moment people will hear you out for 15-20 minutes, then they'll say, what scheme are you promoting? Then you say, oh, it's Franklin Templeton top 20 something. They'll say, okay, I'll do my own research on money control and come back to you. Business meeting ends, no action has happened. Okay, that's a big problem with third-party products. When you sell third-party products, the customer always wants to go out and confirm some other information from some other source before they come back to you. And the biggest problem is that this information is available in truckloads outside of you. This information is available in truckloads outside of you. So the customer says, let me just go to money control, check this, and they'll come back to you, right? Same with real estate. Hundreds of brokers are promoting the scheme. If it's a brand new property, then the builder is also promoting it. Then there are hoardings that they see when they drive home from work, where they say this exact same builder, contact here. So there's other sources of this information. Once they've got that information from you, what are they thinking? They are wondering why they should do business with you when you're going to take a 1%, 2% cut. How can I go straight to the builder, deal better, or something like that, right? That's the thing that's going on in the customer's mind. If you're a stock trader, stock broker, the stock that you're promoting is obviously listed. There is hundreds of information on that stock. There is history on that stock, So what people want to do is they want to compare that information with money control, the outlook. Everybody thinks, I need to go to the internet, do my own research, which is fair. LIC, you're not the only source of information. You're not the only product in the market. Not only are you not the only product in the market or any kind of insurance, customer always wants to compare between Bajaj Allianz, they want to compare Max New York Life, then they want to compare HDFC Life, and they want to compare some other, they want to compare with LIC, right? So, and then even if they decide, let's say you're representing HDFC Life, then they want to compare the thing with other agents of HDFC Life. And then they want to negotiate, saying, if I do business with you instead of this third guy, what are you going to give me back from your commissions? Everybody's smart. They know you're working for commission, right? So they'll say, what are you going to give me special from your commission, from your pocket? How much cash back will you give me on the investment, right? Multi-level marketing, same problem. The moment you say, I am representing a particular company, let us say Quest, they'll say, okay, My Mamaji's son's father-in-law is also doing it 1 year back. Let me check with them what happened, how it is, what their feedback is. I'll come back to you. So what's happening is that this sales meeting, which is supposed to end in a result, is not ending in a result because the information you're giving them is not exclusive. You're not the only source of that information. You're obviously a biased party because you stand to make commission from the deal, and they want to go all the way around, ask from their Mamaji's son's father-in-law or whatever it is, and they want to double check that information. Once they go out to that information, anything that they find, that's the biggest problem. When people go out and double check your information, whether it's from the internet or whether it's from their friends or relatives or something, anything that they find, this is the product, this is the action which they have to take, pay this much amount for this kind of service, or pay this much to this company, do this business, and then I'll help you with that or whatever. You're bringing them down to this decision. Okay, bringing them down to this decision. They want to escape and say, I want to ask Mamaji, I want to go to the internet, whatever it is. And almost any information they find out here is going to take them away from this decision, not towards this decision. Any information they find over there is going to take them away from this decision. It's not going to bring them back to the decision. The event is they need to cut a check. They need to do something. They need to take an action. They need to commit, whatever it is, right? Anything that they find outside is going to take them away from that decision. They go to money control and double check. They're going to find hundreds of other options, hundreds of other opinions. Then they want to go to YouTube and get lost over there for 3 days. By the end of the 4th day, they haven't taken an action. They wasted their time and energy. They're more confused than ever. And they don't even want to think about it by the 4th or 5th day. And they say, right now I'm quite busy. Like my office work has piled up. I haven't spent any time with my spouse and kids. Everybody's yelling at me. I did all my own research. I thought it's going to lead to something, but it's not. It's frayed my brain even more. So let me just cool down and take this decision after 20 days, after 1 month, after 3 months, after 6 months. That's what they're going to tell you. Yeah, I did all that. I don't think I'm in a position to take this decision now. I need 3 more months to take this decision. Anything that they do once that meeting with you breaks is going to take them away from that decision. So all of this stuff that people say, following up, good salesperson does follow up, a good salesperson does objection handling and all that, it's all a load of crap. Okay, in today's time, what's going to happen is you got to have a single shot closure. It's not going to close in 100% of situations, but you need to have that watershed event, the cliffhanger event, which leads to 20 to 30% closures right then and there. Okay, and for that, you can't tell somebody a 20-year plan, 6-year plan, 5-year lock-in, anything like that, and expect them to take a decision now on anything. They obviously want to check more. Whatever they do over there, that when they check, is obviously going to lead them away from the decision. And obviously any of this follow-up and all is a waste of your time because you're going to be calling hundreds of these prospects and nothing is ever going to happen. Okay, that's my experience. If you think your experience is different, you got it under control, you're all set, then that's fine. You don't need this information. You don't need to listen to this video. Okay, but if you resonate with this, then I want you to write me too in the comments box. If this has happened with you, and what I'm sharing is exactly, you've experienced this and you've been feeling constrained, imprisoned in a box with these problems, then I want you to stop, pause, and put in the comment box, give me a me too on the comment box so I understand that this information is useful to you, so I can prepare more of this information. On the other hand, if you keep commenting, then the social media engines are going to keep showing you this information whenever I come up with newer training and things like that. Okay, I'm going to give you the solution right now in the next 5-10 minutes. Okay, so this concept that I am thinking of the benefit of the customer and thus they should do business with me, listen to me, invest in my thing or whatever it is a mistaken concept propagated by these big companies who only want you to go out and work and find them customers, and they have not equipped you with the right kind of arsenal and the right kind of product options. Okay, now I say this in spite of promoting more than 4, 5, 6 companies at the back end, which means that I do business with some of these companies. And few years back, I realized that something is not working. What's not working is that the sales techniques they've taught you is the same sales technique they taught crores of other salespeople or crores of other marketers just like you. and the prospect has got something called pattern recognition. When they speak to a mutual fund advisor, pattern recognition. When a prospect speaks to a mutual fund advisor, by the time you're 4 minutes into the meeting, they've already pattern recognized. Happened with them so many times in the past that they're just jaded. They're not even listening to you anymore. Okay. The second thing is, these companies have taught you to lead with the product. It's always the product. The end result is always that one product, and that doesn't really work because the product is not solving the prospect's problem today. The product is not solving the prospect's problem today. Okay. Then let's see what are the other items. Yeah, you got too much competition. Too much competition. Why do you have too much competition? Because you are representing a third party brand, a third party company. Neither your face nor your name is on that product. So whoever else is promoting the same product, Aviva Life Insurance, you're competing with every single agent of Aviva Life Insurance in the market. You're competing with every single customer who has bought Aviva Life Insurance in the market. Why? Because the customer is going to say, hold on, tomorrow I want to talk to Mamaji's son's father-in-law who bought Aviva Life Insurance, and I want to understand what their experience is so far, or something like that, right? So you got all of these complex problems that the company has created. It's not your fault. The company has created all these problems because their scale at which they are operating, they're not giving you enough viable options to stand out for yourself. And business people only do business with people who stand out. Okay, it says in marketing, we say customers always buy from someone who's an authority. And you're not an authority if you're an Aviva Life Insurance reseller or a Quest multi-level marketer or something like that. Okay, you're not an authority. You need to set yourself apart as an authority for these problems to not occur, so that you don't have competition, so you don't face this pattern recognition. When customers come to you, they come with an open mind. Okay, there are 2 or 3 solutions for that. So this is the root of the problem. Just understand this. This is the root of the problem we're facing. Now, how do we solve the problem? How do we solve this problem with pattern recognition and competition and all of that? The first thing that we do is, we do a personal product. Personal product. You need to have or create a personal product that has your name and your face on it. You need to create a personal product that has your name and your face on it. How does this work? This personal product, so the issue that's happening is you're presenting the company's product first. Of course, there's a business plan, or there's some communication that whittles down to that product. Sir, in the market today, this is not working, that is not working. The stock market holds the key to your success. So for that, we've come out with these plans. So you have some blah blah information that whittles down to the company's product. You don't need to do that. You need to whittle it down to your product, which is it has your name and your face on it. Okay, and then you need to exchange cash. This is something we call cliffhanger event. Cliffhanger event. Cash has to be exchanged in return for something that only you supply, that has only your name and your face on it. And all of this cash goes into your bank account. It's yours to keep. Okay, or whatever the profits are yours to keep. You don't have to share it with anyone. It's not like the guy is going to pay the company is going to give you 15% of that. It's not like, just trying to reach all the way over your head and catch your nose or something. You just catch your nose directly, which is, this is my product, this is what I do, this is how I can help you. Would you like to get in business with us? Yes or no? Cliffhanger event, and get the money out. Okay? Okay. And the third thing is portfolio. Portfolio. The first thing is personal product, second is cliffhanger event, and the third thing is portfolio. All big companies have product portfolios. No big company has only one product, except maybe Coca-Cola. Even Coke owns so many different portfolio products, right? So they lead with the black drink, and then they have chips, and then they have all kinds of other things on the back of that, right? So Coke owns a lot of other brands that we consume today. Even the company that had one good product that's been running for these hundreds of years has portfolio products. Okay, you need to have a personal product, you need to have a cliffhanger event, and you need to have a portfolio product. Now, how do you build? What is this personal product I'm talking about? what happens is that the selling process is wrong. This is how the selling process looks like. You have some blah, 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 blah. That this is what the company has taught you. Whatever company's products you're promoting or whatever builders products you're promoting, if you're a real estate person, there is 20 to 40 minutes of blah, blah, and then there is product. 20 to 40 minutes of blah, blah, then there is product, some company's product, whatever it is. And then the prospect says, let me think about it. And then they go out, wherever they go out leads them away from your product, and then they get confused and the deal never happens and you keep following up, right? So what's happening over there is prospect attention is getting distracted. Prospect is losing attention because there are way too many options in the market. They're totally confused. Okay, so attention, clarity, and commitment. These are the three things that you don't have in your current methodology. Because the moment you say blah, 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 this is how the market is working, the solution is my LIC, my Aviva Life Insurance, my real estate, whatever, my investment, my multi-level marketing, my mutual fund, PMS services, whatever it is. And then after that, the problem, your enemy is attention is getting lost, clarity is getting lost, commitment is not happening. Okay, what this personal product does, it says grabs their attention, brings some clarity by asking them certain questions and asks them to commit. And this commitment could be as less as 999 rupees. Okay, you say, would you agree with me if I told you that if you go to Money Control and search for these options, there are literally hundreds of thousands of options. As an individual customer, it becomes very, very difficult for you to understand, becomes very, very difficult for you to commit. And at the end of the day, trust is a big issue because the market is going all over the place. When the market was up, you as a customer could trust anyone because the market is going up. Yeah, let's just throw money here, right? But today you want to do business with only the best. You want to do business with somebody who really has your best interest at heart. Am I right? And they'll be like, yes. And then you say, well, we have a service. Okay. So when I'm in front of the customer, I don't present any of the 5 or 6 back-end companies that I'm supporting. I say, you would like to do business. I'm here to prove to you that I'm the best person to do business with. I'm the best advisor for your financial future. Okay. And what I do is I'm going to present to you, I'm going to spend 3 days with you, giving you the total insight into this market. I'm going to spend 3 days with you, giving you total insight into this market. Okay. And the stuff that I'm going to teach you is not available on YouTube. It's not available on Money Control. It is the best financial education on the planet, guaranteed. And only I supply it under my banner, which is called Startup Frat. Okay. I'm the only person that can give you this information. The guarantee is you will not find this stuff on YouTube. You will not find this stuff anywhere. Okay. You can go to Money Control. You can do all the research you want and nobody is going to give you that clarity. So my brand, attention, clarity. And the third is you ask for a commitment. In return for spending these 3 days with you, I want a commitment from your side, and I want this money is something that is not going to anyone. This money you're going to pay me directly, and the fee is $9.99. Okay. At the end of 3 days, if you can prove to me that you can find this information somewhere else, I will happily give you back the $9.99. Okay. And what I'm looking for you is a serious customer who's going to do lakhs and lakhs of rupees worth of business. And what you're looking at me is somebody that you can trust with your money and your financial needs, whether the market is up, whether the market is down. And usually what happens is sometimes when you go to people for help, somebody who sold you the policy, somebody who sold you the real estate, when you go back to them for help during a down market, they have another product to sell you. What happens in a down market? You go back to your mutual fund guy and you say, well, this is not working. The portfolio is down. I'm in a lock-in. I'm not getting the money out. What do I need? And the guy is actually going to come back and sell you a third product because they're in the business of selling third-party products. That's how they make their money. I don't make the money like that. I make my money off my own products, which are advisory products or whatever it is. And in order to bring you this clarity and prove to you that I'm the absolute best person to do business with, I'm going to spend 3 days with you. I'm going to give you the best possible clarity of this market. After you work with me, you will be an authority on this and no other salesperson will be able to make a fool out of you. Okay. In return for this 3 days of time, I charge 999 rupees and it's broadly non-refundable unless you find that, this information is horrible, not to your use, is totally useless or something like that, which literally never happens. So my question to you, Mr. Customer, is will you be able to commit 999 rupees in return for helping you walk through this market so that you have 100% clarity, full knowledge, you can see what the future is going forward 7 to 10 years. see backwards, and every time a salesperson sits in front of you, you'll be able to protect your money and make the right decisions. Outside of this 999 rupees, of course, I have portfolio products, I promote insurance, I promote mutual funds, multi-level marketing, whatever it is. But I don't expect you to buy from me if you don't trust me. Okay, chances are I'm looking at you as a multiple lakh rupee customer, because once you trust me, I'm sure I'm gonna do business with you over the long term. That's where my returns come from. But I do charge for my advice one time, and the reason I do that is because the advices I give is totally non-denominational. I do not have any hidden agenda of promoting a product to you. I don't have any commission with giving this product to you. Once you pay me $9.99, all that is my money, and I think I deserve that for 3 hours of my time or 3 days of my time. If you're interested, you need to pay me now. This is your cliffhanger event. This is your cliffhanger event. Okay, and then approximately 1 in 3, about 20 to 40% of people will pay you, which means if you have these meetings where you promote only yourself and your own product, okay, let's say you meet 5 customers a day, you will get 2 to 3 of these people will actually pay you the $9.99. Okay, now what's happening over here is you're monetizing. First of all, you're monetizing a customer that you're not monetizing earlier. You're giving all this free advice to people. They treat it as useless because you're giving it for free, and you have a hidden agenda where you're going to make a commission out of a big sale where their money is going to be locked in with somebody else. That whole system is screwed up, totally screwed up. In the customer's mind, they just, they're not happy with that. So you say, screw all of that. I don't want 20 lakhs of your money, 10 lakhs of your money, 50 grand of your money. I don't want all of that. I'm going to give you clarity. You obviously want to make money for the long term. I'm going to teach you what you need to understand, and I want to be paid $9.99 for that, yes or no. So what you do is you collect some money. This is not great money, but you keep collecting this money, and you keep filtering out all of the people who have not paid you this money, which means the person who never paid you the $9.99 and they said, oh, no, I'm not happy paying you this money, they're not your people. So you're never following up with any of these folks. Very simple. You cut out 50 to 60% of your useless activity that you're doing today, doing these follow-ups. You cut it out immediately. So you save 50% to 60% of your time by cutting out the customers by asking for money. Okay. And the second thing is you now have a list of qualified people who are more likely than ever to do business with you. Okay. In fact, at the end of 3 days, they are going to ask you. At the end of 3 days, they're going to ask you, if I invest with you, I just paid you this $1,000. Will you give me adjust that $1,000 in the premium that I pay because I want to do business with you? At that point, you can decide whether you want to say yes or no. If you're new, you can say yes. If you're tenured, you got a hang of the thing, you don't need to return the 1,000. You can negotiate better for other things, which is where portfolio products come in. Okay, Mr. Customer, Miss Customer, either you can have $1,000 back, or I have this other portfolio products. This is how we build packages for our customers that will ensure your financial longevity. I don't only deal in life insurance. I have these other options if you'd like to know about them, and make the portfolio options more attractive than a cashback. You can say I can put your $1,000 back in your pocket by adjusting it in the in the premium. But here's another option, and you bring in portfolio products. So what you're doing is that trust that you've gained in return for the $1,000, you're maximizing the customer lifetime value. It's called lifetime customer value, LCV, lifetime customer value, by increasing their exposure on all the portfolio products. At the end of the day, people want to invest. People want to do something better, over the long term. People want to learn how to fish. The opportunity, I would like to say, the biggest opportunity is people want to learn how to fish, but they don't trust it from a person who's unwilling to give them a fish today. Right? Okay. So at this point, what you want to do is you want to say, hey, what's your copper? They'll be a little more open to you. Then you want to bring them into portfolio products, give them a truly balanced portfolio, sell them a life insurance product, sell them a portfolio management product, probably also tie up with a couple of multi-level marketing companies and say, if you really want to work very well with us, we got a multi-level marketing up-level program where in 30 to 60 days, we will be able to help you generate some money, building your own brand, building your own business. And a lot of people will say, yeah, that seems interesting. My spouse would be interested. I may not be interested, or my spouse may not be interested. I may be interested, or something like that. And then you kind of expand the customer's footprint so that you're dealing with lesser customers, more high quality customers with a larger amount of trust. Life is better, trust is better. The sky could really be shining blue tomorrow, and the birds could be tweeting in the sky, and the money could really be spinning in your bank account. All right, so I hope this was of value. If you'd like to get more information how to execute all of this in a contracted 3 to 8 week period, we have our own service where we help people to do that, and we specialize in performance marketing, which means if you're a mutual fund person, LIC person, multi-level marketing person, then we specialize in enabling you to build this, implement this, and start selling it to the market in a 3 to 8 week period. Okay. Why do I say 3 to 8 week period? There are some skills that you may not have that may need to be built from ground up. And then depending on your, you may be working 8-10 hours of the day. So, you need to work with us for 20 to 30 hours a week to implement this for yourself. You may or may not have the time. If you do have that time, you could do it very fast in 3 to 4 weeks. If you don't have that time, you're trying to steal time from here and there to build your own machine, then it may take 8 weeks. It may even take 12 weeks. It may take longer. I don't want to commit that. That's entirely dependent on how fast you want to do it. But usually, if you want to build this in a 3 to 8 week period, you want the assistance, then you want to head over and check out our masterclass on exactly how we build this out to you. You want to head on over to startupfrat.club. Sorry for my handwriting. startupfrat.club/lean startup. Okay. startupfrat.club/lean startup. Okay. So you can watch how exactly these products are put together. I want to give you all the information up front so it makes it easy for you to take that decision. It's a 45-minute masterclass. You can't fast forward it, rewind it or something. So watch it at a time. When you have that kind of time to focus, watch it late in the night or something like that. Focus on it for 45 minutes to an hour. Towards the end of that masterclass, you will get our offer of the month, which is, we're having some celebrations in our community this month. So we're giving out some discounts. You can watch for the offer of the month. That is probably the best possible offer you will ever see in life, because we're constantly raising prices, because obviously we also want to work with higher and higher quality customers. And if it makes sense to you, then come on and work with us and put this in place for yourself in a short, predictable fashion. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. And in the meanwhile, if you gained from this, if you had some takeaways, if you had some questions, please put them in the comments below and I will be sure to answer them. And one more thing is, if you're watching this video anywhere outside our Facebook Hangout, where we give out most of these free trainings, all of our offers, all of our community activities, you get to hang out with some top class people who are in the same journey just as you. Then if you're watching this video anywhere outside our startup hangout, our hangout club on Facebook, our mastermind on Facebook, then you want to head over to startupfrat.club, startupfrat, that's FRAT with the Finland, F for Finland, startupfrat.club/Facebook. All right, so if this sounds very interesting, you want to go dive right in, then head over to startupfrat.club/lean startup. And if you want more information, probably, check out our community and everything, head on over to startupfrat.club/Facebook. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.